I got yeah, Coach Elder.
Yes.
I was bringing up you back in the day, you coming out of Decatur playing with all those great players, Tony Slayton, Henry Harris, but most of all the great running backs that you was a part of, like I said, Ben Lou, that was out of North Springs, Sammy Williams, that was at Gainesville, and a little guy, Jerome Winters. I know some of his people out of Carrollton. What was it like?
I have family in Carrollton, man. My brother lives in Carrollton. All my people are that way. My parents from Villarica, which is right next door.
Yes, sir.
Villarica all the way to Temple, Douglasville.
Absolutely.
All those are my people. So, yeah, I remember the Winters guy.
Yeah. But my thing is you was coming with all that talent. But the thing of it was you was a big guy. A lot of people claim you the next Herschel Walker. But my thing was, what was it like to be in that talented backfield? You had that quarterback you had, Reggie Tompkins. So I was doing my homework on him.
Yes,
he was like the Michael Vick of that era. Explain that to us. Tell us.
I just talked to Reginald
got an explosive backfield like Red Towers.
Yeah, I just talked to Reginald yesterday. He actually don't live far from me. Reginald was, we called him Crazy Legs.
Yep.
You know, nobody knew which way Reginald was going. But that joker he could run, he could run, he could throw. He was a left-handed quarterback.
Yep.
You didn't see that back then that much.
Right.
And the big joke back in the day in high school was my fullback. His name was Ronald Anderson. Ronald was 5'8", 145 pounds. We get in the I formation. You got him in front of me, and that was the big joke. I'm at 205, 210 in that area, and he was like 145. But that was the toughest little joker you ever want to see.
Right.
Reginald was outstanding, man. If he didn't get hurt his junior year, we probably would have ran away with the state championship.
Yeah.
He ended up, I think it was Achilles heel or something like that, Achilles tendon. He got hurt and had to miss out. And that's when we lost to Columbia 14-13 in the region championship game. You know, they went on and ended up making it all the way to the North Georgia championship, I believe. But that's the first time Columbia ever won a game against us while I was in high school. But it is what it is. But you see the difference between then and now, we didn't have all those camps available.
Right.
You know, like the Nike camp and Under Armour and this and that. We didn't have that stuff. So we only knew of each other from newspapers, or if you was you got a chance to get your highlights on TV, on the news back then, or you would see somebody on a recruiting trip.
Right.
But when you go on the recruiting trips, you didn't do anything physical, you know, to show you know what you had or what you were made out of. So it was a big difference. You know, you just knew names.
Right.
And whatever you heard or read, like I said, you read in the newspaper, because there was no social media videos and stuff like that floating around at that time.
Yeah.
But I think that made it more intriguing to us because we didn't know. And the anticipation of playing against one of those other athletes that you hear about, that what made it more exciting. And then that made the fans want to come out and watch the game more too. Right. You know, those games used to be jam-packed back in the day, you know, because the only way to see it was to come and be there in person to see how things was going to turn out.
Well, my final question for you today, I'm going to go back to your freshman year in 1982. And that team that you was on at Alabama came in preseason, I think, ranked number 3. But I remember the Penn State game that y'all won in Birmingham, 42-21. And that Penn State team was very talented. Kurt Warner, Todd Blackledge, Walker Lee Ashland. And I remember Eddie Lowe returned that interception for a touchdown to win that football game 42-21. Then the following week, y'all got so much momentum. and y'all going on the hill in Knoxville, 95,000. It's sunny. Alabama coming in. A lot of people are saying y'all gonna win the national championship. You got talent all over the field. Man, Walter Lewis, Lenny Patrick, Joe Carter, Russ Wood, Tommy Wilcox, the best defensive back I ever seen on my level, Jeremiah Castile. Oh my God, he was a player. And then y'all go up to Knoxville, and Tennessee was struggling at that time. They were 2-1. And y'all had control of that game early in the first half. I think y'all went into halftime leading because I remember Jody Jones had beat my homeboy, Carlton Peoples, who was playing the corner, number 19, for a touchdown. How did that come apart in the second half? And really that changed y'all's season. And just take us back. What really happened there? I was just curious because that was a very talented Alabama team.
It was a good team, you know, but you got to play 60 minutes. You got to play 4 quarters. Yeah. And I think, you know, all week, and I thought it was just the craziest thing. I couldn't comprehend. I keep telling y'all I was just a freshman. I comprehend some of the stuff that was being done. I just did what they told me to do, went where they told me to go. But they had these loudspeakers in there, and they just pumping out music and fans yelling and screaming. I mean, it's right on the sideline. I mean, it's pushing in from all angles, and you couldn't hear nothing. And we had to get sign language to know what the plays are. Everybody had to know the signals and stuff. I'm like, man, what are we doing? And then when we got to Tennessee, like you said, we up the first half, so it's quiet. You know, they're not making any noise. And somebody for Tennessee made a big play on a special team, and the crowd went nuts.
That was Vince Clark.
You know, I don't remember it all, but I know they did something on the special team, and the momentum shift, and that crowd went crazy, and that's when I realized why we was doing the things at practice as far as noise. Man, you could not hear what the person next to you was saying. Wow. It was crazy.
Rocket Top.
It was
Rocket
crazy.
Top.
But he would bring up that year. He didn't bring up the last 10 or 15 years, but we'll let that go. We'll let it go.
I'm just bringing that up. I'm not trying to come at you, but I will tell you this. My Lord is to the Big Orange, because the guys out of my neighborhood. Now, I'm not going to bag down from none of y'all from Alabama today. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. But at the end of the day, y'all got to
you have a
901.
I know Willie Galt let y'all up that game out of Griffin, Georgia. I know that. Y'all didn't. I know your man Stan. What's his name? Stan Gay couldn't cover it. And Tommy Wilcox got exposed, as we say down on the hill. And you know what I'm talking about. Your secondary got exposed. Mike Miller, Willie Galt. I don't have to say no more, but hey, you're our guest today, so I don't want to go there at you. You
already did, but it's okay. I can take it. I can take it. When you add up those wins and losses over the career of Tennessee and Alabama, you'll understand.
Yes, sir, Coach Elder. Yes, sir.
But you do have a young offensive tackle at Tennessee now, Wanye.
Yes, sir. Good player.
Big tackle out of I coached him. I was on the team that coached him his senior year. He's a great kid, man. Looking for exciting things to come from him. He's going to be a great one.
Before I pass it back to Coach Jones and Brother Butler, get their final questions in. Somebody want me to ask you something today. I know you're over at Grayson. Tremendous program. But a gentleman called me yesterday, a good friend of mine. He wanted me to ask you, how legit is Carlos Guerrero, the quarterback that's committed to Florida? How good is he?
From where?
He transferred from McKeachin.
Oh, that kid.
Yes, sir. Come on, Elder. Come on. That kid. How good is he? He committed to Florida. Is he legit? Is he a 5-star?
I'm hearing dead air right there.
I think he froze.
Yeah,
he froze.
Uh-huh.
Is it the Did you? I know what froze his screen was when he said Florida. He didn't say Florida State.
Well, I know
Now,
we
he
didn't
did
know
committed
about it.
yesterday. I think he committed last week to Florida.
He did?
Yes,
He
sir.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he used to be at McKee, so he hasn't
Yeah,
played
he
at.
started at McKean last year.
Okay, so he hadn't played at. Okay, so he
Correct.
hadn't played at Grayson yet.
Yeah, he already transferred over there.
Mm-hmm.
From
Okay.
up to me.
Okay, so he's the quarterback. I
That's
tell you, Grayson.
Yeah.
It's fertile land over there in Grayson. I tell you, just a quarterback just flew in from nowhere.
Grayson said, don't hate, just participate.
Well, I can tell you this much that I do know. Because a young man, I did get a chance, Vincent, to see him play over at McEachern this past football season. And that was my first chance. Actually, it was in the state playoffs. I think they were playing either South Forsyth or North Forsyth. Don't remember which school it was. But I did get a chance to see that young man play. And, of course, it was a good friend of mine, Franklin Stevens, is the head coach there. So I did get a chance to watch him throw that ball around. And he looks like he's got a live arm. He looks like he's a pretty good ball player. And he looks like he has great pocket awareness. I can tell you that much from what I've seen of him. Would I call him a dual threat quarterback? Okay. Yeah, I mean, he could wear that. He could wear that title. And I'm quite sure that, once he gets on the collegiate level and gets more versed in throwing that ball down the field and making adjustments according to the defensive coverages he sees, I think he's going to be even better. That's the thing about Georgia, just like Florida. Those guys go with natural skill, but when they get better, it looks better.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, look like we might not be able to get Coach Elder back. Yeah, and so we're gonna go on and kind of wrap it up. I don't know what's yeah. We back? Yeah, so we're gonna probably wrap this up and try to bring him back in maybe in a couple of weeks or next week or so.
Well, I definitely want to say, Vincent, that it's enjoying watching, seeing coaches from the Metro Atlanta area, me being a coach in the area and being able to share experiences about Bear Bryant, same way, was able to talk about Coach Bowden. And the jewel for me is being able to share with people that I grew up watching as a youngster in DeKalb County. And understanding that, greatness happens everywhere. And it's pretty cool to see somebody from your own neighborhood grow up and move on to play for one of the most prestigious programs in the country. There are quite a few, a handful, excuse me. And I include Florida State and Ohio States and all those, and Clemson's and LSU's, everybody, Penn State's in that group as well, and even some of your West Coast programs. But it's great, in Metro Atlanta, get a chance to see somebody that had the privilege of playing for the Bear Bryant in his last years. And behind the scenes, Coach Elder's told me some wonderful stories about, just, growing up as a youngster and making the transition. And the toughest part was transferring over from after he said that they didn't know that Coach Bryant was as sick as he was, but Coach Bryant knew he was sick. And he knew it was time to go. And subsequently, when he announced to the team that would be it, he was leaving. I think Bear Bryant kind of knew that the good man up in the sky had a place for him to go sit up there, and he could bring his whistle up there and look down on the wonderful program over there in Tuscaloosa. So I'm just glad that able to get Coach Elder on and talk about Bama football for all our listeners and viewers that love Bama ball and love other colleges. It's good just to be able to reach out and touch people that that was a part of it. So at the end of the day, I had to have some backup for the hat. And we're glad that he was able to spend some time with us today. And just fabulous being able to talk about the past. And we could have our own show just about what Coach Elder saw while he was there as a freshman. Absolutely. And definitely talk about that Tennessee game, because Vincent, he told me a story about him going up against Bill Bates.
Hey, Coach, we got 3 other videos we got to get in now. I know you get excited when you talk about Alabama. I know you wish you was down there right now, Roll Tide. But we got to get other things in, baby. We gonna be on Alabama all year. Roll Tide to all our fans out there. He our #1 fan, #1 coach, very talented. But good stuff that you said, Brother Butler. Final word as we wrap up.
Well, I tell you, I wanted to find out about Coach Bryant as well. My mom wanted me to play for Coach Bryant, to hear his words concerning that. But, a great coach is more than just a football coach. A great coach is a life coach, man. The things that he taught him, those are some of the things I wanted to hear a little more about, the things that you live with today that Coach Paul Bear Bryant taught you. There's nothing like that. I know Coach Blount to me is like my second daddy. I tell people all the time, he's my second daddy. I can pick up the phone and call him anytime I want to, right? And so, but anyway, yeah, we had a great day. Coach Elder and I have a relationship. Coach Elder has been helping me do football camps for years. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
Wow.
We've been working together for the last 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Down at Grady, he would work with me in the summers, and I got to know him quite well. And so anyway, hats off to him and the Alabama program. Like I say, Coach, I got to go over there. You got to take me over there because I got to know what they're doing with them kids over there. So I can call my boys in Tallahassee, Florida, and say, look, we got to do this here.
Well, like I say, first and foremost, Coach Elder, we'd love to have you back. Let me say this, Coach Jones, thank you so much for bringing this young man on because I'm from Memphis, so I don't know nothing about the football history here. But, hey, listen to you and him talking, the relationship, I can tell back in the day was something serious. And thank you again, Coach Jones, for bringing this guy on and representing the University of Alabama. We like to say thank y'all for supporting us today. Unfortunately, Coach Elder had to leave us, but he will be back to talk about the University of Alabama and all the great things he's done. Right quick, Coach Jones, he's also renowned as a great track coach too, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we are very thankful here at 100 Yards of Football. And y'all have a very blessed day. God bless, and we'll see you next week.